can see just like Stevie. You know, so them are watching on 4K and not 3D. You know it going on. Can I watch you like cinema?
Yes, so blessings, my people. Blessings to each and everyone. That's a chicken come share a video with you guys. Well, peeps, yes, this is Andrea Stevens. You know, did a live earlier, and Jassy B, you know, spot out some important information, you know, can share with you guys. Well, peeps, bless up to this man, because this man start everything. Your sight, yes, so we have to bless up to this man always, because really and truly he go all out where him not even hide him face. So that me just have to praise about it. I don't say yeah, berate about how him go about him thing. But anyway, peeps, I'm gonna just let you guys watch it live. I'm not do no more talking. Just share in the comment section below and we out.
Rather correction they are theme tonight, Jamaica. Hey! Hey! We serve a God bigger than all around in our lodge. All around in our obia working all around we speak to dead spirit. Noel, you must go down. Noel. Mr. Bailey, good night, sir. I want no one to call me for the next 45 minutes. Mr. Bailey, good night, sir. I want to ask you, Mr. Bailey, a serious question. When police are in lockup, are they, when a police is in a lockup, is equally a prisoner under the law? Right or wrong, Mr. Bailey? Let me rest this. No, me not move. You have to stay beside of me tonight. Correction. Mr. Bailey, when anyone is in police custody and they're to be locked down, you're going to tell me, Mr. Bailey, that they can get visitors anytime? So Noel is in lockup from over the weekend. And you're going to tell me, Jamaica, that a popular entertainer could just walk in to visit Noel? What was the purpose of that visit, Noel? Let me rest my rather correction for a second. What was the purpose of that entertainer visiting you? Noel, did you give the entertainer instructions as to where to find the body to burn it? Did you give the entertainer instructions of where you have Donnelly's body to burn it? Which funeral home? Fix Bailey, good night. I've gotten some leads and I want you to look into it. Mr. Bailey, I can help you significantly in the investigations.
A case review was conducted and a press briefing convened at the offices of the Commissioner of Police. Between July 18 and July 24, additional persons were interviewed and statements recorded. Other evidential materials were also secured and processed. On July 25, a divisional case review was held. On July 26, a third case review was conducted where members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the DPP and senior prosecutors from our office, as well as Indicom, were in attendance. On July 27, Constable Maitland was taken into police custody and a press statement issued. On July 29, he was taken before a court and remanded in custody. What I can report at this time is that Constable Maitland was this afternoon charged with the murder of his 23-year-old girlfriend, Donna Donaldson. His formal charge comes after 20 days of diligent and comprehensive investigation by detectives in what began as a missing persons investigation, but given the evidence that was being collected, subsequently became a murder probe. Over to you, Commissioner.
So thank you, DCP Bailey. Unfortunately, this is another case where tragedy is associated with interpersonal issues. We'll continue to provide updates to Donna Lee's mother and the rest of the family as the case progresses. I believe it is also appropriate that I highlight the challenges we face when conducting an investigation in an atmosphere where fake news abounds. When I use the term, I'm not referring to news with inaccuracies. I'm referring to fabricated and misleading stories in relation to an investigation. Every time these fabrications are published, they not only divert the attention of the police, but they further traumatize the grieving family and loved ones and enrage the genuinely concerned. It begs the question, whose agenda does this serve? These fake news elements do not serve the interests of the family. They don't serve the interests of law enforcement, and they do not serve the interests of justice. When fake news muddies the water and causes people to lose faith in the integrity of the judicial process, it only benefits the guilty.
May I go fix the commissioner tonight?
Some other matters.
Dear Major General Anthony Anderson, you have been very quiet on this case. I don't know why you never kept silent and let your Deputy Commissioner of Police deal with the matter. Who are the fake news, Mr. Commissioner? Who are the fake news that you're talking about, Mr. Commissioner? Mr. Commissioner, I'm going to remind you, had it not been for my advocacy on the 14th or the 13th of July, had I not come out and spoken about the disappearance of Donna Lee Donaldson, and for your record, Mr. Fix Bailey, Donna Lee is not 23, she's actually 24. That is fake news. That is fake news. What fake news exists when it comes on to the Jamaica Constabulary Force? What fake news exists when you have several police? Let me fix that turban, yeah. Was a woman able to visit Noel's cell? Was Noel able to have intercourse during the lockdown yesterday? Did Noel have access to its sexual intercourse in lockup? You need to answer that, Commissioner. Commissioner, can you answer the question? Does Noel Maitland have access to a cell phone? Police Commissioner, you need to tell Jamaica, how could an artist visit Noel in a lockup? For this high-level investigation, how could Noel have access to an entertainer visiting him? Commissioner, fake news. But I'm going to ask, can you tell Jamaica these three questions? Does Noel have an access to a cell phone in the lockup? Did Noel have access to sexual intercourse whilst in lockup? Can the Commissioner name the artist who visited Noel whilst he was in lockup? Those 3 questions are pertinent questions. Those 3 questions, Jamaica, are putting some fire under the commissioner tonight, because you're talking about fake news. You're going to see how organized Andre Stefano Stevens is. You're going to see how organized my system of intelligence gathering is. You're going to see how we can crack and make you guys respond. Does Noel have access to a cell phone in lockup? Who was the artist who visited him, Commissioner? And was he able to have sex over this weekend? Yes or no? Yes, man. Commissioner, you asked for us to speak. We're speaking. We're not spreading any fake news, Commissioner. We want you to talk. Because through you talking, Commissioner, the country can know the truth. I hope that those 2 women that those 2 bodies that LA identified tonight, I hope Jamaica, that we would have even closed the investigations. But I'm going to say to you, Jamaica, Noel Maitland has been charged. Noel Maitland has been charged for murder. But we need closure from Miss Sophia. Today I speak to Miss Sophia for about half hour. And she said, Andre, she's still in isolation, but she's getting stronger. The woman has pneumonia. The woman equally has diabetes and rheumatoid arthritis. So it's 3 major conditions to dealing with. And you know what the woman said to me? Andre, all I want is Donnelly's body. Andre, all I want is Donnelly's body. All I want is my daughter's body to go and bury her. All I want, Andre, is my daughter's body. I want to give my daughter a proper send-off. I want to give my daughter the proper send-off. So I'm going to say to...
And them for no side, Ahmeds, representing for Just Blacks. Just Blacks tell them say prayer works. When the heathens are trying for you, once you die you hurt, the most I alert. If I them alone, them alone. Yeah man, Just Blacks, you don't know your success getting them upset, you know what I mean?